Welcome to the stream. Hello YouTube, hello Twitch, hello Mixer. And we're back here again in DCS World. You can probably now you can hear the music in the background. Just didn't. Oh, there we go. I know that someone's going to be going, hey, you can't hear us at the moment, but I thought I'd start the stream up with me actually making an intro. So, I did a little bit of exploring yesterday off stream with DCS World, what you would have seen the day before. Hey, I've got to go first, you know? Just wait your turn, wait your turn. So basically, there's an issue with terrain, and we've seen there's CPU loading and stuff like that with DCS World. So, I kind of discovered that if I fly high enough, I can usually hold 90 FPS solid. If I'm to the ground, I've got 45 frames per second, pretty much solid. So I'm wondering, how high do I need to fly till I can get 90 FPS solid? So that's the whole premise here. We're going to have some fun with it. Well, I'm going to try and have some fun with it. We're going to fly really high over Dubai, then maybe the Caucasus, and we're going to see if I fail really badly at fighting some jets, because I don't know what I'm doing with that part yet. And we'll try some different weather out. Maybe I'll try and land a jet in some very bad weather and see how the weather affects things. But without further ado, let's roll the speech bot, shall we?
Sage Cedar says H. Sage Cedar says E. Sage Cedar says L. Sage Cedar says L. Sage Cedar says O. Sage Cedar says noob.
Oh, see how that works? See how that works? Right, so we've got intros there and done and out of the way. So let's move this on, shall we? I'm going to get into a fighter jet. We're going to show you some options first. So, here's basically my graphical settings, which is basically hit high, turn the civilian traffic to low, and turn the MSAA off, though I was doing okay with MSAA on. Now, if I go over to VR, I've got this set to 1.5 because when I did up it, when I got close to somewhere where there's a lot of buildings and things like that, I ended up with some stutter and stuff. I did actually have that at one point on 2. So I actually had the pixel density all the way up to 2, and for the most part it was fine. But as soon as you got near somewhere where there's buildings, it did kind of get a little stuttery. So yeah, I backed that down to like 1.7 and it was okay-ish. Put on 1.5, it seems to be quite a safe place. Something I am going to have to do here is I forgot about some weapons controls. I want to map something here, and if you haven't done anything with no, those are okay. I need countermeasures. Will that be systems or chaff and flare? I want chaff and flare. Systems or countermeasures. There we go. Countermeasures. So we're going to say I don't know which one does it, but we'll find out, I suppose. So it's this one. I want to say countermeasures that button. And flares. Countermeasures release. We're just going to use that. I think. Yeah, we're going to use that button as my flares. Just in case we get doing that. Right. I'm going to load back into the mission that I've got here, my little learner. Obviously, compared to what I did last night, which was off stream, and now on stream, I do have extra overhead that is being asked of my computer. And basically, well, above me, you should be able to see each of my processor's cores. And to above and to the right of me, basically, you've got all the pertinent stats for my GPU, its temperature, the CPU, percentage load and temperature, memory load, and the clock speeds of the GPU, and so on and so forth. And at the moment, we are locked in at 45 FPS. I'm going to press fly. We're going to get some power in here. We're going to light the lights up. We're going to start one of these engines up quickly so that it's starting before I pop the canopy down. We're going to light the navigation lights up. Like so. We're going to have mirrors visible as well, just to load even more on the performance. That's coming along. I can start my left engine now. Car left engine start. There we go. Here it goes. I want to deploy my flaps, so we're going to look down there, and there's my flaps deploying. We're going to bring the cockpit down. And it's 45 all the way through that. So that is really cool. We like that. Oh, sorry. Mic hit. Okay. That's all good. I should say other things as well here. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Subscriptions are definitely welcomed. Follows welcomed. Comments, questions, all of those types of things always welcomed. But I think I will try a couple of things now and again where I will pause some of the bot near the beginning, just so that I can get a little intro in. Right. We're going to taxi to a runway. Oh, I need to... No, that was good. Oh, that's a little fast. That's a little fast. Oh, that was really fast. We could maybe turn the engine noise up a little. I've turned some of the volumes down. So I thought, Let's turn the volumes a bit up again. Hopefully volumes sound okay. I hope my mic sounds okay. I don't know if the... There we go. That's sounding a little bit nicer. I have got the sound to simulate me wearing the helmet on, so it's probably not sounding as bad. Wow, my driving's rather late there. Yeah, fighter jets do not go round corners like race cars. So yeah, at the moment we're basically pretty much locked to 45. The MSAA does actually make a really good bit of difference, and I think even if you have the VR resolution at 1.7, it makes it even better, but then you also get a little bit of stuttering around different things there. Let's put the brakes on there for a second. Let's hear if we can hear those engines better if I... You can hopefully hear the whirl of those engines in the background a little there now. I'm going to put that canopy back down. We're going to take off. We're going to get nice and high. We're going to go over basically the lovely surroundings here of Dubai. And see at which point I can kind of look at some of the ground and still get 90 FPS. Here we go. 150 is time to get off the ground. Do a nice steady climb rate. It's a little bit of a high angle there, really. 25 would be better. Come on, engines, put that reheat in. Let's get the gear up. Flying gears coming up. Still 45 dead. No variance there. We're going to pull us around, point us off towards downtown Dubai. Actually, we're going to go see the racetrack. I have been asked. We're going to do some flyby of the racetrack there as well. So you can see the racetrack out there, just all there, that big red building, and the track all around it. We'll take a little bit of a flyby and we'll dip the wings off as we're going over there. So still, if I look up, basically I've got 90 frames per second. If I look down, it dips immediately to 45. There you go. You can see the racetrack there. So you've got the red building, and most of the track is off to the left of it. So that's pretty cool. We're at 12,000 feet. And still climbing. Good, nice rate of climb. I do love how this game looks. It does look spectacular, basically. One thing to note, as with all airplanes, usually when you lean off to the side, you normally end up pulling the stick off, and Sims are no different in that respect. You can see the palm tree over there. We've still got that down here. We're leveling off a bit. Yeah, we're leveling off a bit because we need to, because of that. Let's put the flaps up. Don't need the landing flaps anymore. We'll get a bit of speed and climb a little bit higher, because that was quite the climb. Let's level that out. Let's get a little bit of speed on. We'll bring it around so that we go more towards downtown Dubai. Basically, look up a bit and I end up getting some higher things there. As soon as I look at terrain, we're down in 45s again. $24,000 all of the detail there on the ocean. There we go. Just looking forwards at the moment here, and basically I can see a tiny bit of land off to the side, and that's enough for it to go and shut me down. Okay, I've got 90 FPS again, but if I look over here, straight away it's still doing that. We're still climbing 32,000 feet. Don't know if you can see that. There we go. Nice and close up here, 35,000. Not a bad rate of climb. Oh, we're losing speed. Let's reduce that climb rate a bit. Pick up some speed again. We are climbing quite fast, really. Need some more speed. See really far off into the distance there. This first palm tree being the bigger of the two, not as many buildings. The second one, the smaller, actually has more buildings on it. You get closer to Dubai's more densely populated areas there. I'm gonna bank round and climb a bit more still. Need to pick up the speed. Okay, maybe we're thinking, come on. We need to get some speed. So we're dropping a little there. We go. Engines are maxed out. We need to just gain a good amount more speed, really. Come on. Still locked at 45. How are people today, I wonder? Depends if anybody's actually watching, of course, at the moment. Yeah. And we can see that one of my cores, I think, to the far right, the last core, so core 8, is probably the one that is causing me issues, because this, as a game, I believe uses only 2 processing cores. So one core would be used for basically the game. and a second core can be used for the sound. That's as I understand it at the moment. And there is apparently, obviously, this issue of terrain that is apparently causing some FPS issues. So we've got a really clear sky here as well, of course. $44,000 and climbing. My speed is going down though. I need to stop the climb rate of being so high. So I need to maintain speed a bit here. Need to gain speed still. We're just going to try and trim this a bit better so that it can maintain it, maybe. Right, we're holding steady there at the moment. Very slight climb. Hopefully that can get us let's just get a good bit of speed up and we'll recover some of it. Let's 47,000, 46,000. We're only a bit above 200 knots, which is, you know, not too great. But every time I look at the ground, still 45 FPS solid. Look out this way where there's hardly anything. And, yeah, it's going up and down, basically. It's between 80 now and 70. It'll dip down to 45 occasionally. If I just fill my face with cockpit, it says, yeah, 45 frames per second. With the amount of detail in here, that's kind of a thing, I suppose. Let's try with the mirrors up. So I've just put those mirrors up and I'm immediately seeing some bit more spikes. And as soon as I look over towards ground, there we go. We've then lost stuff. You can see a landing strip down there as well. We're at 50,000 feet. Still some issues. Still got some issues there. Right. Change our navigation type. Nav 1. Changed over to ILS. Stall warning. And we're reducing, we're losing height. No. I need to gain some speed, like, drastically. Push these engines a bit more. $40,000. Some major landscaping that has happened, obviously, in these the coastline of Dubai. basically, it's 45 locked, and as soon as you look at terrain, you end up with a dip. Look somewhere where there isn't terrain, like if I put the nose up like that, I start to get some higher frame rates. Of course, I've got a lot of high detail on here. So basically, I'm not getting much in the way of things there. What I do have is a fantastic view. I mean, this is gorgeous. See some of the city, the details, still 45 locked. See buildings appearing there now as I lower my altitude down to 14,000. I'll turn my fan on here actually. There we go, a bit of cool air. Let's see if there's a... Just looks gorgeous. It really does look gorgeous. Get some speed. got a bit of a dip here with the city. Suppose that's because I've got a bit more overhead while I'm streaming, but off of stream this was locked on 45. There we go, with not as much buildings around. Thank you. So yeah, here in Dubai, it's still got some issues. It's come down a bit more from this 5,000. Bring it round. We're going to come in for a landing soon. 4,000. $300 knots. Or, wow, 325. We'll let the auto flaps go out soon. Ah, no. My pedals have come loose. This is one thing, my rudder pedals are not properly secured to the stand that I've got here, which is a little bit annoying. Put the flaps, we're going to slow this down a little. We're going to slow this down a lot. Don't know if this has actually got ILS on this flaps are deploying. Landing gear needs to be down. Landing gear, landing gear, landing gear. Whoa. This is going to be a dodgy landing. That's a very dodgy landing. Oh, nice. I forgot to put the landing gear down. Oops. Right, so that's how to not land an F-15C. Still got some things to learn. We didn't exactly program much of a route there. Right, let's try a little bit of an experiment. We're going to close that. We'll load the same mission in. Go to the mission planner. And where's my tools? Okay, we won't use that one. We'll create a new one. Create fast mission. We're going to have the same aircraft, so that's the 15C. We're going to start... We'll start airborne, actually. Save a bit of time. We're going to be in Persian Gulf. We're going to have the weather as cloudy. Same time of day because of sun and stuff. We're going to say advanced mode. Going to pick there. Going to say generate. It's going to create a mission. Now, something I have heard to gain performance in FPS is actually requires a second PC. So if you happen to have a second PC lying around, you can actually get the second CP, second computer, sorry. So if you have a second computer, you can actually have the second computer act as a server, which will then offload all of any AI flight information to the other computer, which can gain you FPS. Which is rather odd, but, you know, having AI offloaded somewhere else would. Right. Now, we're just going to basically, we just want a pleasure cruise kind of settings around in here. So we're not going for enemies in here. We're just going, yeah, none, 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 none. There we go. Start time, season, random. We want cloudy weather. Generate. Good. Edit the mission just to make sure. So this is the mission editor map. Oh, it's good. It's the wrong location. That's map options. Mission. I'm sure I said not there. Right. Create fast mission, yes? 15C. We're starting airborne. Persian Gulf. Random. Cloudy. Time. Advanced mode. Persian Gulf, season random, cloudy. Dun. That's showing the wrong map there. Is it? No. Okay. That one. Or no. We're going to go from here because that's close to the city. Hopefully it'll let us. Yeah, generating a mission. Okay. So now we've got a mission generated. We're quite near the city there. We've got no enemies. Edit mission, and we should now see. There we go. That's better. Starting there, coming across here, across here. We're still a bit off, so you got Dubai International there. And unfortunately, I have to work out something better for my pedals. I haven't got them secured down in any way. They're just sitting on top of the rails to my wheel stand pro with the rubber underneath them, so it's not the most secure way of doing this, but hey, that's the way we're going. Right, let's just say fly mission. Yes, we'll save. No. And we'll just start it. And we should be starting in the air. So we're going to want
Daniels
some...
says, I hate rubber.
Yeah. It wasn't grippy enough. Normally it's the other way around, isn't it? But no, it's not holding my pedals. And I didn't use any talc. We're not going there. It was a very bad joke. Right, so again, that's cloudy, but not as cloudy as I was hoping for. I was hoping for cloudier, but basically, if I fly through... Ah! You can hear my pedals just went again. Why? It's awfully disturbing when your pedals go out from under you. We're trying to get this 90 FPS, and let's see if I fly through a cloud. Any silver lining, you know? See if I get 90 FPS in the cloud. Brings a whole new meaning to cloud computing.
Stormy Daniels says, would love you to do a game room tour video.
I have done. It's not a game room, it's actually my room, my bedroom. But there are. So you can actually find them online. Didn't really gain much in FPS there. It's still, you know, held at 45 solid. Which is just...
Stormy Daniels says, 2019.
Yes, I did. I already have this year. Happened after Christmas sometime, I believe. When things went wrong.
Stormy Daniels says, damn, I'm slipping.
You are. But of course, on my Twitter account as well, I did actually show a photo of this, and obviously here you can see some of the background. There's not much more to my room than that. There's different things about my setup and what I do or don't got. I know that's a very bad way of putting it.
Come fly with me, let's fly away.
To some exotic something or other that I can't remember the words.
Stormy Daniels says, oh, I'm not on Twitter, we'll have to get that.
Yeah. At some points, you do have to worry about Twitter, though. There are some, let's say, orange people who famously are on there. We don't do politics. We know politics is bad. But it does look amazing, this game. Right. This map is not working for us. Let's try Caucasus. But I do have to see what is going on with those. 1 second. Oh my word, my eyes suddenly become smaller. Okay. Let's try again, shall we?
Stormy Daniels says, Oompa Loompa on Twitter.
Yes, yes. The bigger version, though, that basically doesn't have the same moral compass as any other Oompa Loompas. I don't think I need to say any more than that. Right, let's see. So we're going to create a fast mission again. We're going to start from airborne. We're going to go Caucasus. We're going to say...
Stormy Daniels says, oh, the leader. I don't like him very much, it has to be said.
Yes.
Sinusback83 says, Sinispiolo.
Yeah. But we'll leave that. We'll leave that. Politics we do not do. Everybody has different opinions, as it were. And that's all I'm going to say, because then I would be taking some other position. I don't need to. It's all about the games. We're trying to get 90 FPS while we're in the sky here. That's what's important. We're trying to hit that 90 FPS with DCS World while we're in the sky. With some pretty high settings. So.
Stormy Daniels says, no taking about politics, religion or Love Island.
Yeah, religion as well. Love Island, definitely no comment because I haven't watched a single thing of it. I don't watch normal TV really, so it's not on my watched list. Okay, so we're gonna go start from airborne, difficulty easy. We'll just do that. Start airborne, advanced mode. Oh, screw it. We're just gonna say fly. So there will be enemies.
Stormy Daniels.
Oh help!
There is a Child's Play VR game, isn't there?
There is a Child's Play VR game. I don't have the words for that. Yeah. I don't want to go near that. I think it's just going to be an experience because there's a film out, a newer film out. So I'm guessing it's probably just more of an experience than a game. I haven't looked fully into it yet.
Stormy Daniels says, say it as it is.
Right. So we're gonna be we've got ARAM 120Bs, 4 of 9mm fuel tank, 610 gallons times 3. Kind of heavy, I think. Provide support to friendly forces in contact with the enemy. I'm going to suck at this and probably die rather quickly. Just so you know. Just thought I'd mention it. But if I do so while hitting 90 FPS, then we'll be happy. But I doubt it. If it stays at 45, that's okay. But, yeah. We'll see what happens. So, yeah, it's solid 45. Oh, wow. Look at the amount of trees, the detail. It's just insane. That's fully populated. Oh, it's winter and there's snow. I love it. Okay. Right, we need radar systems. There's radar systems are on. We can zoom that out. Active scanning. We don't want the air brake on. Have we got any squawks on?
Stormy Daniels says, I saw an amazing rainbow today right outside my house. It was so clear and visible. I thought I saw Zippy.
You thought you saw Zippy. I like it. I like it. Okay, so I'm getting some odd spikes on my FPS here, where it's actually getting full-on freezes. The object of the game was to get higher FPS, not lower. But there's bits here where it's just sort of like going, yeah, I'm gonna freeze out. Why is my okay. I've got a waypoint to get to. But wow, that looks amazing. Okay, all those trees. The trees are killing it. The trees are killing it. I've got too many trees. It looks amazing, but wow, the trees are killing it. Yeah, definitely, terrain issues, but you can see there's so much detail.
Bad joke coming. Sorry, this is bad. But don't crash into a building.
No. Should be that way. Nav 1. Should get me to path. We don't have preferential speeds or anything on this with navigation in this. It's very, very simple. Nav 1 point should be coming up to approach soon. Parallel to my approach line. We've passed it. And we're on to ILS. Need to come round. Still got 45. So something is still clumping me up into 45. I've got detail set really high here, so I think I've just got everything set way too high. But the oh, and I've got way past there, haven't I? Oh, that was full-on blacking out there. Where are we? We need to go left. I also want there to be some lights in here. There we go. Lights look a bit better, don't they? Yeah. That way. It is such a gorgeous looking game, though. When you have this set up like this, it's really good looking. It's just incredible to think that you can do something like this with VR. I really do love that. Let's go down. I think maybe I'm supposed to be escorting a ship or something. I don't know. Because I'm running parallel now. My glide's slow. Well, my pathway is up ahead of me. Not sure how far away we are. We should be 1 minute out from ideal line. There it is. Should be off to the left. Can we see something out here? Because I can't see anything. Haven't got any radar locks happening. No, nothing. There is supposed to be enemies in this one. I did put them in. Oh, this game is so convincing. Oh, well, simulation. I know I'm on the low fidelity models here, but wow. And by low fidelity, it doesn't mean low in graphical quality. It means low in simulation. I.e., not every dial in here and every switch is working. That's what I mean by low fidelity. One min. 4 nautical miles out. 3.6. Sure there's going to be more nav points than that. Two 1.9. Still locked at 45 FPS. Oh, it's gorgeous. Train lines there. We've gone back to ILS here. So am I supposed to go for a landing or something? Oh, come. What was that warning? Come on, speed. We need speed. There we go, picking up the speed. Okay, we've got a bit of stutter there. Dropping below 45 a little, but mostly good. Yeah, I think we're going to go for a landing. There's a landing strip. What do you reckon? We're going to go for a landing. Ah. Oh, come on. We'll come round. Height we at 3,250. Flaps can go. Flaps are deployed. 7 nautical miles. We're gonna come around this way because I'm off of the approach. 150 is too slow at the moment. Come on, pick that speed back up or it's gonna stall. It's really annoying that I haven't got this secured down, because now these pedals are really coming loose again. So on there, I need to do something about those pedals basically. Right, let's eyeball this a bit more. I want the gear to be down. Landing gear is down this time. That's a good start. We're in idle. Flaps are deployed as well. Take that air brake off a bit. A little bit more gas than that. Oh, that was really rough again. I have totally destroyed the wheels there. Let's try and keep it up as much as I can. And 2 crash landings today. This one I can maybe walk away from. Yeah, I can walk away from this one, but I think the mechanics are gonna... Yeah. I can't taxi, dude. I've lost some wheels. Oops. Yeah. That was not good. Landing practice is required. Okay. That's not going to help me. So let's pull down something here. So obviously all my settings which I got while I was off of stream last night were good for then. If I actually put this to normal VR settings, see, I just basically did high. I'm going to turn that off. And you got trees visibility. That obviously didn't work for that one. But if I do VR settings, so the normal VR setting, which I don't think looks as good. Say okay. We're going to put it into instant action. Maybe? No. Not instant action. I was wrong. Create fast mission. Again. Airborne. Easy. Boom. Winter. Let's try the fall time precipitation. Let's try that. Advanced. We're just going to grab anywhere along here. That's all none. Generate something quickly. There we go. We are ready. There's a plane. Blah, blah, blah. We've got stuff to do. Fly. So, enemies. Russia, Belarus. We've got an F-15C. Oh, sorry about that noise there if that happened. And we've got an AC F-16 and a A-10C Warthog alongside us. Provide support to friendly forces. We'll see what happens. We'll see if I die really quickly, which is most likely. But maybe with those settings there while I'm on stream and the precipitation and cloud cover, maybe we'll be up a bit higher. And there'll be cloud cover rather than terrain. And that may help, possibly, don't know. But I did have an easier time of things off of stream last night. Right, here we go. Oh, hell. Radar. Those are my friendlies, I believe. That, can I push that out? No. go to my friends there.
Dodge 1, passing waypoint 2 at 7,000. Dodge 2, passing waypoint 2 at 7,000.
My waypoint is way over here. Let's go to waypoints. I'm guessing it's going to align up with them. We have contacts. There we go. That's widened out now. We can see indetermined 9 nautical miles. Let's get some speed up here. Again, it's just solid 45 FPS. I kind of feel like even if I had those higher settings, it's not going to affect much. We're almost on our right headings here. We're 5 nautical miles out. There's our buddies. So there they are. Let's coming closer to these guys, shall we? Here we go.
Springfield 1, passing waypoint 2 at 7,000. Dodge 2 is RTB at 3,500.
Okay.
Dodge 1 is RTB at 3,500.
I think we're supposed to go out this way. That's what the instruments are saying anyway. Should we go see an F-16? I think we should go fly alongside one of these F-16s. Need to see what the FPS does as I get up close to one of these guys. 1.23. I know we're completely off the plot from what I started with here, but this is how this works sometimes, you know. I completely do things a different way than I intended. I also need to set up a button so you can't see the big glaring information over the top of these sometimes. Okay, slow down, slow down. Whoa! That was pretty fast, wasn't it? All those engines, come on. Come on, engines. Yeah, I know. Right, so they're landing. 'Still solid 45 for FPS, just so you know. We got the two friendlies here. See if we can't actually get in behind these warthogs at some point here. I want to come in a little bit nicer on these. Blow off some of that speed. .9. They're well below us there. 0.8. 0.7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. That looked so cool to be that close to some of these guys.
Is RTB at 3,000?
Gaming Legends.
Oh,
Eject.
no, we're not ejecting. We don't want to eject. We want to fly like an eagle. How you doing, Gaming Legends? The objective of today has kind of gone off kilter. I was trying to see if I could get 90 FPS or at a certain height. I managed to off stream, but on stream it's just not happening. So we are trying to get up nice and close and personal with some warthogs here. Where are you going, buddy? Of course, these warthogs can float around a little bit more than I can in this F-15. Yeah, I hear you. I'm pushing the jets up. I heard. Stall warning. I get it. How are you doing, though? Game Legends, good to have you here, as always. Wah! I'm losing my pedals. They're not secured to my rigged up platform, as it were, here. Okay, 300. Here we go. Nice and...
Gaming Legends says, any missiles? All good, sir.
There are missiles. I haven't fired any off yet. There's also a cannon. There you go. There's a cannon. If I change the mode on the radar and get these... Oh, I need more speed than that. Oh, come on, airframe, pick that speed back up. Pick the speed back up. There we go. There we go. There we go.
Gaming Legends says, thumbs up.
Thank you, dude. Right. Here are... Tell you what. Get a bit of speed up here, and what we can do... Oh, God, this is really annoying that my... I really do need to sort out the pedals quickly, because... got a bit of a problem with pedals. Just give me a sec, because that is really getting annoying.
Gaming Legends says, would be good if you can eject and deploy a raft if you get shot.
Well, you can actually eject. And when you eject, you get a parachute. Because that's what they do. So you can eject. I don't know about a raft. But, yeah, you can eject. But I just haven't set it up. I have done on a previous video where I've used the voice commander. Which I may do again, put voice commander on here as well. And eject, I kind of feel, is one that I'd put on there because, basically speaking, then I can just go eject, 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 and it will shoot me out the top. I always kind of fear that if I've just got it as a button here, okay, you have to do triple press, but you always want it to be handy. So if I had the extra system overhead, which as you can tell, I don't, because it's a system hog, you know.
We're gonna fly sky high.
We're going to fly sky high. We are. We are going to do a little bit of acrobatics, actually. Let's resume there. We got enough speed? We've got enough speed. Ready?
Gaming legends.
Over we go.
Wing Commander would be awesome in VR as a remaster.
Yes. 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 I fully 100% support that.
VR BEANSEL says, like the Daytona USA soundtrack.
So those are the buddies down on the ground. Now, let's see if I can actually make a landing this time, huh? Shall we see if I can actually make a landing? We want, I see it. Right. This is not a standard approach pattern. I'm just putting this out there. This is not going to be a standard approach pattern.
VR BEANSEL says, take it, this is more sim than Ace Combat VR, yeah.
Yes, this is a lot more sim than Ace Combat. This is a low fidelity model though, so this is a simple one. This is as simple as it gets. Basically all the switches and stuff in here aren't full operational. I do actually have myself a Harrier, which is a bit more of a...
Says, blue skies I see.
Yep.
Gaming Legends says, tried a Top Gun maneuver yet?
Well, we've already put in one half Cuban, mate. And that's almost Cuban-esque.
VRBEANSEL says, anyone getting my Daytona references, lol.
I think you're probably saying about the music from Top Gun, yeah? Right, we need flaps down. We need wheels down.
VRBBEANSEL says, no Daytona.
No Daytona. Okay. Yeah. No.
VRBBEANSEL
I'm not
says,
concentrating enough.
if it's in that moment.
I messed that up totally. Let's fly around again. When you mess it up totally, fly around and get that right. So the thing about landings is, if you know you're going to really mess it up, don't. That's the essence of what I'm going to say here. If you know you're going to mess it up, then don't. And that was going to be a real mess. Why am I still losing? I'm losing altitude, losing speed. I need more speed. Right, we're going to keep the that up a second. Right. Let's get this a little bit better, shall we? I'm going to be so fancy on this time. We're 3 nautical miles off of what it's saying. Let's go to the headings that it's telling me rather than just going where I want. Did I overshoot? I love the detail. The smoke, just the haze off of those clouds was wonderful. Right, so this heading. Where is it trying to put me? 6 nautical miles. Where is it trying to put me there? Really? Trying to put me 6 nautical miles this direction. Is there another landing strip there? You're going to have to be more explicit about the Daytona part. Because my brain is not functioning enough for that. It's too into this. Because I don't know enough about this aircraft. I'm kind of winging it a bit. So I'm going the wrong way, surely. Because that is becoming larger. I don't want it to become larger, I want it to become smaller. Okay, right, we know those are there. That's where they should be. We can take a nice long approach, line up hopefully to there. That looks like it might be more sensible. No, that's 42, 50. We're looking for about 7. No. 17.2. I'm betting that's my one. $17.2. I reckon that is my marker. 15. I got 90. Yeah, I got 90 FPS there finally. And I'm at what? 3,000 feet and climbing. Gotta want me to turn around at some point. Marker's turning. Ten. We're just to try and eyeball this from this direction. Again. Right. We want wheels. Flaps are deployed. Got plenty of time here. Just need to keep that speed up because I'm too far out yet. Need to be higher. Come on. Okay, that's looking nicer.
Gaming Legends says, you need to learn Russian for the Firefox mod smiling face with sunglasses.
Well, you say about needing to know Russian.
I've had a productive day off today. I finished Rush of Blood and Face Your Fears 2 on Oculus Quest, haha.
Oh, nice. Rush of Blood is amazing. And again, we've messed up the landing again. There's going to be some mechanics that are going to go, I want an explanation for this. No, we've walked away from that one.
Stormy Daniels says, I wish I could fly right up to the sky, but I can't.
You can.
VRBEANSEL says, you can.
See? Even Mr. Van B says it's possible.
Stormy Daniels says, I can't.
Don't let anybody tell you that you can't. You can. If did see even yeah, no, it is a bit squiff. I do think I did wreck some of the hydraulics here.
VRBEANSEL says, why oh why can oval?
So yeah, if you haven't seen it here, I'm going to take my. I've got this big thing saying about the performance in front of my face now. I've had enough of seeing Oculus Performance mod in front of my face. I'm going to turn that off for now, so that I can actually give you maybe a little bit of a quick tour around things. But basically, moral of the story is we can get to 45 FPS pretty much most of the time. Off of stream, I can get to 90 with the right settings and flying high enough so that terrain and different things.
Stormy Daniels says, I hate that duck, lol.
Oh, I hate that duck. Yes, indeed. There's a classic. Right. Okay, so, yeah, this is obviously a good bit more detailed than Ace Combat 7. For starters, we can do things like I can put mirrors down here, or I would be able to if I had the game selected. Okay, so, right. That's hopefully given me control back. There we go, mirrors. So, yeah, you can see there's a part of me with the face mask thing on in the mirror. My helmet. At the top of my helmet, you can see there's a thing there. I can remove, that's the air brake that's just above my head. So I can actually remove the air brake. So that's the air brake going down. Take a look at that actually. Just a second. So that's the air brake. You can see out here the aircraft. All the surface detail, everything there is all working. All of this is all working. Pedals. When my pedals don't slip away because they're not locked down. Rudders and all that lot all works. We can put the lights in here all on if we like. I haven't tried any chaff and flare, can I? Probably not best to do that on the ground, but I did. We've got some other bits in here as well. Let's change that out. We're going to go quickly. I'll just do a quick sort of basic startup sequence. Because we can do that. Okay. We're going to... Oh, I'm going to cancel. Basically speaking, control-wise, this entire game works on a per machine controls. So I have all of these in here, and I'd need to basically program them all in. You can see this is actually this module and this here have easy and real. So this is going to be your low side of things. This is going to have everything. Every single dial, every single switch, every single bit of the navigation systems, communication systems, weapon systems, the whole lot, every single bit of that is gonna be modeled in there. So yeah, pretty damn cool. But we're staying with this F-15C, so that's kind of really cool. System-wise, I'm going to put this back to high. I'm going to leave that MSAA on. Hopefully I don't get too much of a stutter as well. We're going to go mission. We're going to do my learner mission here. Just going to do a quick takeoff, have a little quick bit of fun, hopefully actually do a proper landing that isn't so terrible and rushed and awful. And then we're going to call it a night. Oh, okay. So here we are, back in very, very sunny Dubai. It's summertime, it's noon. We have a racetrack just over there. We're going to go fly on that a bit, but basically this is nice and simple. So I've got power mapped out, which is like that. I have, well, we'll start one of the engines. I've got both stop and start for the two engines because this has got two engines on this. So we're going to start the right engine up first. You can see that intake is up at the moment. And now we can see the RPM dial up there and the temperature dial on the right here should start to climb as well. There we go. So those dials are working as far as you can see. You can see the oil pressure is starting to climb there. You can also see the right pressure for the hydraulics, which is going through the right wheels here as well. Those are all starting to rise. 500. When I look back here,
Used to play X-Plane 10 with my Cytec panels and flight wheel.
damn, you'll know more than me then. And there we go. That is now down as well. So that air intake lowers once this comes up to temperature. So you can see that's up on the left. We're going to start that one up, and RPM will come up there. We can turn the internal illumination on and off there. We've got nav lights there. See, we've got a loadout as well on here. We can change the whole loadouts. There's simple, this multifunction display is very only just weapon stores. We have our radar here, which is the radar from in the nose there. That you can only turn that on when you're actually in the air. It's not going to turn on while we're on the ground. This one is only going to show you position of friendlies and enemies radars that have locks onto you. So it gives you a rough idea of positions. We want the canopy down. And you can see over here, just to the right of where that lever says pull. So in between the pull lever and our main gear is our flaps indicators. So if I push this, we get an orange flap. So that's the flaps are moving into position, and the green means they're now down. Right, let's, we've got canopiers down. Oh yeah, we've also got, mirrors, which are now not working. We'll be a good person and follow the path. So yeah, if you've flown X-Plane and all that, which I haven't done in VR on this, I tried. I do actually have X-Plane. But basically, I haven't tried it under the new system. I'm yet to load it all into the new system. But on my previous loadout CPU and stuff, I couldn't play it because it's a sim and sims are damned expensive when it comes to CPU usage. For whatever reasons. They are GPU intensive and they are hella CPU intensive as well. So I would love to see like Ace Combat on the PC side on full VR goodness. Because having that sort of like more arcadey feel and play, it feels great when you've got something like this nicely modeled, but actually more accessible and achievable is a fantastic thing.
Says, do you own a flight stick by chance?
I do, obviously here. So this is a X56 Rhino. I also have the Thrustmaster Thrustmaster HOTUS 4 is up in my cupboard for the PS4, obviously. I also have the Thrustmaster pedals.
Says, hello, is this easier to play W flight stick?
Yes. Yes, it's a lot easier to play with a flight stick, though there's still a lot of remapping of things because, well, options-wise, when you take a look at the controls, adjust controls. So obviously it goes equipment by equipment, and then you have all the different types of controls down here. When you do it,
says, you should have a beer before you put on the PSVR headset, lol.
Well, this isn't a PSVR. Obviously, this one's the Oculus. So, yeah. And usually the drinks, beers, they usually come out maybe with the shooting games, maybe, or horror games. Horror games, then a drink is definitely going to come out because horror and VR is wow.
Says, okay, my bad.
Oh, it's okay.
Says, I have PSVR headset.
That's cool.
Street 3 MNG
Yeah, this is a bit higher in those terms. Yep. VR is VR and it's all good. Unless it's cardboard.
Street 3 MNG Christuenz at MB3 Gam 3R says, "You are funny to look at, lol."
Yeah. Well, you've got to have the googly eyes. You know. Right. We're going to take off. We are literally going to take off, and then we're going to do a quick flyby of the racetrack that's down that way.
Street 3 MNG Christuenz at MB3 Gam 3R says, "It's all good in the slums, lol."
PSVR is not exactly what you'd call slums. It's a good, nice machine that is quite capable, surprisingly, incredibly capable of what it does, even next to some of the PC offering stuff.
MNG Christuenz at MB3 Gam 3R says, "Awesome like possum roadkill, lol."
Right, let's flip this over. No, we don't have the legs to. We're going to bail out of that maneuver. Get control and get some speed, get some speed, get some speed, get some speed. Get those jets back up. I wasn't fast enough to pull that off. That's okay. We recovered that okay. We're good. So yeah, the detail, obviously, the difference between the PSVR and this is just the sheer computing power that is being used up here. Though it's only really using one of the cores of my CPU. There are 8 cores on my CPU.
"I can learn to use flight stick before I get mine from eBay, lol, by watching you, thanks man."
That's cool. It's going to be slightly different when you're playing something like Ace Combat 7. Movement here is still the same. Ace Combat 7, I've got pedals, so I can actually use that for the runner. You're going to be twisting stick like that. But essentially, Ace Combat 7 in VR, put it on the realistic setting, don't bother with the arcade setting. I'm going to tell you that straight away, because the arcade setting just makes it bad. Realistic is much better. So here we go. So here we have our racing circuit stuff.
Street 3 MNG Christuenz at MB3 Gam 3R says, "I can pick up 3D rudder for PS4. Is that compatible W Ace Combat 7?
No. No, that is not compatible. The 3D rudder is more for your FPS games. It's not for flying the 3D rudder. I know it has rudder in the name, but it's not particularly meant as a flying rudder, pedal, or anything else like that. So if you're getting it to go with the HOTAS, it's not for going along with the HOTAS. What it is for doing other things.
"I farted really, really loud. Lol, 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 haha. I am so funny."
Oh no.
What's max FPS you get in that setup with VR?
Max FPS I've had is, if I'm looking at the sky, I get 90. If I look at the ground, I get 45. So I get 45 solid. looking at the ground. I've put this is on like high detail at 1.5 super sampled. On the stream it's going to dip a little bit below 45. Let's pick up some speed here.
Street 3 MNG Christuenz at MB3 Gam 3R says, I couldn't resist, sorry man.
Yeah. Everybody has to have a go at that sometimes. So we're going to go out nearer to the city. That was the obviously the racetrack. We'll go over to the palm tree, which is going to be that way.
Says, I smell really, 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 really bad.
That's what excess gas does. So yeah, I messed up a little bit on some of the settings here. I did, if I, for instance, the mirrors aren't working at the moment on this setup. I can have the mirrors on and have stable FPS of 45 as well.
You have a really high-end setup too. Shells get 90 FPS in my opinion.
Yeah, it's CPU bound. That's the problem.
Says, I crackish myself up, ha 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 ha.
Yeah, no, basically, there is an update coming because they have identified there is an issue with the terrain that is heavily affecting VR. And basically, as soon as they fix that bug, they're saying that you will gain an extra 50% in performance for VR, which is a bit of why I'm trying to test it out now. But basically, because this is CPU bound, you have, yeah, my CPU is overclocked. And you can see my different stats up here. So this is an i7 9700K, and it's running all cores at 4.9 gigahertz. So yeah, it's overclocked already. So's the graphics card. Not like super duper overclocked, but it's overclocked enough. But it's basically CPU bound. You can probably see above me there are 8 squares with little graphs. There's one of those that keeps on going closer to the top, which is, I think, Core 8. That is probably the one that is running this game engine and other things. Then there'll be another one of those cores which is just handling the sound for the game, along with whatever else the operating system has assigned into it. But essentially, this game runs on 2 CPU cores.
Janie says, oh yeah, now I see. That's great. Was thinking of ordering a VR headset for DCS2.
Yeah, there is, when the performance patch comes out, check it out then. So this is kind of like a before.
Is this AC7?
No, this is not AC7. This is DCS World. This is a good bit more detailed. This is more of a sim, not an arcade game. But we can have some fun in here still, nonetheless. I'm going to do some things that you should never do, really, in real life. But it's VR, so I can get to do them.
Street 3 MNG Christuenz at MB3 Gam 3R says, looks simple to me.
Yeah, this is the simple setups. The full detail ones are a lot more difficult.
Cheney says, any release date for that if you know?
No, it was supposed to be out already, but they hit a bit of a problem with it, so it's in the hands of Eagle Dynamics, basically. Watch out for the crane on that side. Coming up past here. Make sure I don't lose too much speed, or we'll have some nice warnings. Need to pick up the speed. And here we go. A little bit of a Cuban 8, I think we're doing. Picking up the speed before we go into this next turn. Come right alongside here, and up we're going to go. Okay, let's go find ourselves somewhere to land. And I haven't been doing too good on the landings today. Just as a thing. Pick up a bit more speed again. We're climbing. Right. Where is it? There's one over that second way there. And there is another. Just looks so impressive. Right, there it is. Right, I can see that one. Where's that other airport? Can't see the other airport. Okay. Well, let's get down from there because we're like 18,000 feet. Slow this down a bit. Pull this off into idle. We can put the landing gear down. Landing gear is down. Flaps will auto come down once I get below 250 knots. We're going to take a nice nice, easy approach. Spoil off some more speed. We put on the air brake just to get it so we can get below that 250 to get our landing flaps in place. Still come along this way a bit more. Come into the 250 and there we go. Landing flaps is coming on. Air brake off. Throttle forward a bit so that we're above idle. Bit more than that. I want to keep it around the 200 knots, maybe a little lower. We usually take off at about 150. Fine cruising though, basically as long as it's around 200 to be better. And we're just gliding down nicely for this final part. A little rough, but not too bad. Air brake on. And that's us on the ground. Don't know if I collapsed them there that time. Kind of feel like I did again. Yeah, I broke some wheels. Oh well, never mind. Yeah, I broke the hydraulics in the wheels. Again, today is not my day for landings. See 2 days ago when landings were not a problem. For whatever reason, today is just not my day for landings. So, yeah, that's going to be that for today. But yeah, basically, I can only get 90 when I'm way up in the sky and not looking at the terrain. As soon as I look at the terrain, that's it. 45 FPS is the top that we're getting. And that's basically because of whatever with the CPU, draw calls, things like that. While I'm streaming, obviously I have less chance of hitting that 90 off of the stream when I don't have the demands of also having to stream out video and all of the other gubbins that happens there. Then I have a bit more, a bit more oomph in the system, and I can achieve 90 frames per second while looking at the ground, but I have to be, I think it was about 40,000 foot in the air, so that you have the lower quality on the models. And I was able to do that okay here in Dubai with clear skies. So yeah, it's highly dependable. Right, where do I want the, let's say, bye-bye to canopy. And we can shut these engines off because they're basically burning the desert. Yeah. I would say somewhat successful, but yeah, it's good fun nonetheless. And it's good to learn this stuff because it is such an amazing thing to be able to do. And, you know, when are you, as a non-VR person, going to get to fly these things? You know, it's just wow. See, now it's lost the hydraulics pressure. It had a little bit of a wobble there. Right, anyhow. Thank you for joining, people. It's good to have seen everybody here. If you're new to the channel, it's the first time you've been here, then there's going to be, on the YouTube side anyway, if you're watching it back on YouTube, there will be a subscribe link that will be along there. There'll be another video up there, and there'll be another video kind of like up that way. And remember, if you're trying to fly jets, occasionally you're going to have to go into reheat. Good night.